The town of Gainesboro was, I wish everybody could go back and see how thriving our town was, and I've got hopes for it to come back again. I would love to see Gainesboro what it could be again.
Gainesboro was incorporated as a town in 1820. It became the county seat, and it was one of the first 15 or 20 towns in the state of Tennessee that was incorporated. So it's a very old town and had a lot of history.
Gainesboro was a bustling little town. It was an exciting time, and on Saturday afternoons, the town was full. One of the pictures I have on my wall here at the funeral home shows the corner of Draper Knauf old department store, and there's a crowd of people that you can see in that picture that came to Gainesboro.
Oh, on Saturdays in Gainesboro, it was unreal. It was not like any other day. Of course, I live right off the square, and I came to town just about every Saturday to go to the dime store or the drug store and get ice cream or visit some, socialize with my friends.
Every Saturday afternoon, our dad brought us to town. And that was a great thing because we'd meet up with our friends and we'd make a dozen trips around the square or more. That was our pastime. While we were in town, we just went around and around the square. And there was so many people in town, you had to watch where you walked to get around people at that time.
On Saturday, my best friend and I, Melinda, would go walk to town from our houses. And we would stop at my father's office and he would give me $1. And she would stop at her father's office and she would get $1, and we would go to Wooten's 5 and 10 cent store, which is above today's Gainesboro Drugs, I believe it's called now. That was Wooten's drugstore, and then above it was his 5 and 10 cent store. And for that $1, we could buy lots of goodies. That was when I was probably 8 or 9.
I remember all the buildings around the square had active businesses in them. Several dry goods stores, several restaurants.
If I wanted to come to town, my daddy had a store over here.
There was stores in Gainesboro that had nice clothes. You could go to the store and buy a nice dress. Let's see, there was Harvey Turner's, there was the Quarles store, Ben Ball store, and Mac Draper store. You could get nice dresses at all 4 places. And if you really needed something, you could find it at one of the stores. Now you can go to the mall and you can't find anything.
There was about 4 or maybe 5 department stores that were located around the square. So you could buy shoes, even suits, whatever that you might need in a clothes line. And as well, 3 new automobile dealerships. You had the Chevrolet dealership, the Ford dealership, and then the Plymouth and Dodge dealership, Sparkman Motor Company. That was where the present-day City Hall is.
Daddy was in the Chevrolet garage at that time. And it was up there where the Napa store is. And that building is one of 3 in the state of Tennessee that had the Chevrolet logo on the front.
I wish we could. We never, I guess, did a lot, but I wish we were back like we used to be and had the things in town. All the stores, every building was full of something, and I would love to see that. I know I'm too old now, I won't ever see that happen, but maybe it will someday.
I'd like to see it as busy as it was in the time I remember, when I'm hoping that something can be done to revitalize it.